Hi. It's go out on a limb time, but I do that pretty regularly. So here we go. This one's called See with New Eyes or Blessings in Religion. It's from April 28th, 2010, the first one of the day. The Mayan day was 11 Road. It's my estranged daughter's birthday today, the 28th day, the 28th year, and the Mayan 11 just about nails it for the energies of her life lately. 11 is not a comfortable number, for it is unsettled and in the midst of resolution, which is what it's called. It represents the modifications and changes required to come to resolution, and that's her. You know, as an aside, that was also the day that all of the embracing the dark side ones came through. And that's a way that we come to resolution as well. Okay. Actually, though, that's all of us in a way, and in a good one, too. To have an active spiritual path is a huge blessing, both for the person and by them, for that blesses the rest of life, too. Life is, let us never again forget that all are connected. God bless the dear quantum physicists for facing the reality their work brought. Quantum entanglement is some of the best of it. All one, and scientifically too. I just love it. Coffee and setting intent, or what some might call prayers, for this day were intensely beautiful. I love it when the tears flow, not for the tears, for they are just the outer evidence of inner being, of flow and process. It's a gift. In every religion, there are both beautiful people, beautiful sages and saints, and much truth hidden there in the midst. Now that we're awakening, we can find it again, like we did long ago, other lives. There is much hatred for the Catholics, which is sad, of course, for much light, much truth came through them. It is there to be shared with and found by the whole world, if they'll look past their noses in air, prejudice. Yes, there is nonsense and outright ignorance and lies with the truth. So, what's new? Isn't life like that? A little bit this and some that, all mixed in, served up raw. I rather like it. It gives opportunity for discernment, is the trick. That's the skill and the blessing we're meant to discover within. Midst all this, truth abounds. I've found my detector of truth, and it's found in the heart, deep within, buried there. It's but waiting my pleasure, awaiting getting round to its bliss, so profound. More than truth waits us there, so I call you to this that I found. Gather round, let's unite, and no more pit brother 'gainst his sacred kind, for they're one, all one, only that from this heart space of union can be seen sacred oneness profound, divine. Enter in. We'll remake this earth then in God's sacred image of love, so pure, so divine. These tears that so often flow from me, this is a sacred gift. Some call the gift of tears. The Catholics considered it a gift of Holy Spirit. Well, I say we're all gifted, that these things are for one and all, and so are the saints. They're not just for Catholics, but for all mankind, as are sages of East, of South, all around. So let us remember our true sacred union. No more fight and war within or without. Once we conquer fighting on inside of being, then will be found on outside that same sense of peace, that reverence for all life that lived before sacred times. They've told us just savages inhabit our pastimes. Don't trust their word, brother man. For high times and low ones, we've had all before times and much to be gained from our past. But true past we must find, so don't listen to science as it spouts their dark lies. They've vested interest in keeping us down, thinking we're just nothing, an accident of biology. No sense, light, or love in our making, they tell us. Well, you've got free will, listen or not. Just because priest scientist says it, don't make it worth trusting. So look to his funding, for you trust. It's time to trace back to their nets that they've used to entrap us all in such lies. It's time we were waking and no longer taking what's said, those lies, for our truth. We've choices to be making, and nets we're off shaking as rise. We are way up high. Where we go, can't follow. Those dark ones just don't choose the light, like us. So let go. Cease trusting what you're told. Start making like you're bold, and you will find, brother man, that you're quite the miracle, that life is quite magical, and their lies don't hold up in light. You've more wisdom inside you than all of their books hold. So go within. Take a look. Be pleased at what you'll find. You will love all mankind and be amazed. What is there? In kingdom of heart, then your trip gets its start. So come in. Step up to your throne. We're made to rule, my friends, not to be ruled. It's time we rediscovered this. It's not an easy path to this rulership, as the first thing that's required is to begin taking responsibility for our own lives. When we enter heart space, we are no longer even able to point any fingers of blame anywhere, and that includes at the self. This is truly a divine, sacred space we enter here, and it's just amazing that we all carry the portal, the entry to it, around in our body, in our chest, everywhere. It's amazing that it's been there all this time, us not knowing. Source does have a marvelous sense of humor, and you may see it in this one day and begin to see it all around you everywhere. One of the things that happens as we begin to abide more and more in heart space is that the weight and heaviness of 3D life begins to lift off, to simply vanish into thin air. Then, without that awful seriousness with which we took everything, especially the self, we begin to see life in whole new ways. We have new eyes, and they're bright ones. They spot the beautiful, deeply loving, nurturing, cherishing ways of Source all around in the entire warp and woof of cosmos. I kid you not. We're loved beyond loving, beyond any conceiving that 3D mind can engage in. So all I can say is enter in. The door is wide open. Enter in.